Hi, it's Julie Stern, and I just want to give a quick orientation of this online learning template that my team and I have created in the past few days in response to basically most of the world going to online learning environments. So it's very much aligned to all the resources that we've shared in the past in like the brainstorming planning document and also our sample unit planners that we have. But we wanted to think about learning in sort of shorter segments, shorter chunks of time. So this is roughly about a week or maybe 2 weeks worth of planning. Of course, you adjust to whatever your reality is. But we're roughly thinking about 20 minutes a day or 20 to 30 minutes a few times a week. And this is a week or 2 weeks of a planner. So what do we have here? We start with our learning outcome or our standard of focus. We always want to start with the standards. And we were thinking about, you may have heard this before if you've attended one of my workshops, thinking about conceptual understanding and learning transfer as almost like giving students and giving teachers a lunch tray. And then everything else can kind of like come on top. Students can sort of choose from the buffet of all these amazing resources out there. Teachers can choose from the buffet of all these different digital tools that are out there. But this is sort of this foundational piece that really helps to provide a foundation and a base and holds everything together. So if you like that analogy, there's a link to us describing that a little bit more, and also a link to some completed samples. So we've got this planner with some samples completed in case you want to check out what it could look like for your particular discipline or age level. The next step is the conceptual questions. If you know my work, you know I'm so passionate about getting students to see the connections and the relationships between and among concepts, the importance of that. And so writing those question stems, those conceptual questions, it links to these stems, which are in English, Spanish, and also in French. You can link to those stems, and that's going to really help students to make the connection. So they're not just doing one day's activity and it's like a checklist of different things that they're doing, but how do we bring all these different activities that students are doing and make it sort of meaningful across the different days that we're teaching our students in this remote setting. The next step is evidence of learning. So either creating success criteria or other ways that you're going to see whether or not students have demonstrated success or evidence that they've demonstrated their learning. And we also have here a student-facing template. So once you've completed this, you might want to use that edit, of course, that student-facing template, adapt it to your needs. So you can share it directly with students to say, this is our plan for the next week or two. Then once we've done that, we want to think about real world connections. How are we going to get students to, now more than ever, we want students to be able to make sense of what they're learning for us, for our curriculum, and how it connects to the real world. So we put this box here for you to sort of intentionally think about transfer of these concepts and these ideas to the real world. And that's going to vary depending on your age level, depending on your subject, what you're going to do with that box. But we wanted to provide that space there. And then here's sort of the main entree, if you will. This is the biggest box, which is how are you going to take students through these different learning experiences, either throughout a week or maybe over the course of 2 weeks. And we've got some links to some digital tools where we've taken the concept attainment, the SEEI strategy, different things that I use a lot in my workshops. We've made them into digital format. And over here, sort of the knife and fork tray of our lunch tray that kind of goes across both rows is the digital tools. This is how you're going to deliver your learning to your students. So we have some questions to consider when planning. We have some online teaching tips that just might be helpful, but also these strategies and digital tools. And we're continuing every day to add more to that, really allow students to be able to make sense of their learning and build their conceptual understanding and transfer their learning to new situations. What are some key digital tools to be able to do that? So that's what we have here with this online learning template. Please keep in touch. Email us, julie@edtosavetheworld.com. Let us know how you're using this. Keep in touch via social media if you'd like. And everybody take care, be safe, and we'll keep adjusting and supporting each other as best we can.